Hello, my name is Edwin Garcia, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking about the start of the Chicago Sky training camp. But before we do that, I need you to do me a favor and like and subscribe to my channel. The Chicago Sky season is just getting started, and your help is needed and much appreciated. Alright, let's get into the video. The Chicago Sky began training camp on April 25th and will continue until May 11th. With so many things happening with the Chicago Sky this offseason, I want to take a moment to point out the 5 things to look out for during this season's training camp. With 20 players invited and 12 roster spots to fill, competition will be intense in training camp. Coach Wade himself has said as much, stating he wants, quote, knockdown, drag-out battle on the court. So when hearing players talking, watching videos from training camp, and seeing preseason game footage, the level of competition should be intense and fierce. It will be interesting to watch and compelling to see what players shine in this environment. The Chicago Sky signed Candace Parker during the offseason. It was arguably the biggest free agent acquisition in franchise history. Skytown is excited, but the team will still have to work on implementing her into the offense and getting her acclimated to James Wade's style. Obviously, this is a great problem to have, but even great problems are problems. How will she fit in with the Chicago Sky core? What center plays best with her? What will her role be on this team? Will she be the number 1 option, or will Quigley or Diamond be the main scoring option down the stretch in close games? These answers will not be clear overnight, but we will begin to have an idea on what the coaching staff thinks the answers to these questions are early on in training camp and in preseason action. The Chicago Sky just released their preseason schedule of games, and they will be playing 2 games against the Indiana Fever, 1 at home and 1 away. Neither game will be televised, which is frustrating and disappointing. These games will help solidify opening day lineups, the depth chart, and who will make the roster. It would be great if fans could easily watch these games. We'll have to keep our eyes glued to Twitter, as that will be the only way to know what these games look like. The Fever will have some fans at their home game, but the Chicago Sky's home preseason game will be completely closed to the public. One of the main points of interest during training camp will be who earns those final few roster spots. Below is the Chicago Sky's training camp roster. The team drafted 2 rookies, Shyla Heal and Natasha Mack, and signed 8 more players to training camp contracts. Looking at the team's current long-term contracts and roster build, I'd say there are around 2 to 4 roster spots open. That's not a lot of space. The battle for those final few roster spots will be one of the most captivating things to be on the lookout for during training camp. Every year there are a few surprises on who does and doesn't make the cut, and I'm sure this year will be no exception. Sounds simple, but if you have no injuries, you had a good preseason. Even if you have roster questions or concerns, even if your team doesn't look good in competition, if they can say they are healthy going into the year, then it was a good training camp. The WNBA season is intense. Lots of games played in a short period of time among stiff competition. You need everything to go your way if you want to win it all. Being healthy is probably the most important aspect, and it's one we have little control over. If, come May 15th, which is the opening night for the Chicago Sky, the team is 100% healthy, then the season is off to a good start and the team is very blessed. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching, please subscribe and hit that like button. Also, comment below and let me know what you're interested in seeing during training camp. I'll talk to you in the next video. Have a good one.